Hello. Today, we're going to try something new. We are going to give you one word to describe what our topic is, and you guys can guess while you get ready to hear from us. So, my word is pirates.
Conversion.
Trinity. Ooh. All right, let's do this.
Welcome back to QuaranTEEN. My name is Lauren.
I'm Athena.
And I'm Matt.
And we are here today to talk about St. Patrick. Hopefully you got that from our one word. But first, Lauren.
Yes. So, if you like all the shows that we do here with AWAKEN Catholic, we ask that you donate to AWAKEN Nation. You can go to awakencatholic.org/donate. Also, if you do not have the AWAKEN Catholic app yet, we ask and highly recommend that you go to the App Store and download that as well. It's a great way to connect with other people in the community here and all over the country as well, which is really awesome. And you can find all of our shows, and there's different prayers on there as well. So you can go to the awakenapp.io as well to get that app.
And then today's episode is brought to you by Casa Bella Cleaning Service. Casa Bella is a one-stop shop for all things clean. If you live in the Northwest Ohio area, Casa Bella is the ideal option to keep your residence, commercial, or new construction clean. Casa Bella is also one of the only services in Northwest Ohio that provides deep and professional carpet cleaning. Most importantly, right now during the pandemic, keeping your home and offices clean and COVID-19 free is of the utmost importance, and it happens to be a specialty of theirs. That includes doorknobs, light switches, surfaces, ATMs, anything you can think of. Get the peace of mind knowing your home or commercial environment is professionally clean by visiting casabellacleaning.info today.
Awesome.
That's just it's written so beautifully. I try to go off book and I just can't. They did such a great job. So St. Patrick.
St. Patrick, what a dude.
He's got a crazy life.
He did. He really did.
I learned so much about him that I didn't realize was not true, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of things about him that were like, oh yeah, this is where he's from. This is who he was. And it's actually, that's not all true. So.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy too, where St. Patrick's Day comes from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the traditions that we've come up with instead of what it used to be. Yeah.
Dyeing water green.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I saw that a couple of days ago on social media. It's are they cleaning the river, or why is it green?
And I feel we have
Chicago?
to have a parade for every holiday in the U.S.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta celebrate everything. Why not?
I guess.
I think that's just
go big or go home.
A Western culture thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parades for everything.
Yeah.
My kids love it, but it's kind of weird if you think about it.
So, fun fact, St. Patrick was not born in Ireland. Where was he born?
In Britain. Crazy.
Oh.
Thought you were asking me. I didn't realize you were doing a drum roll. I ruined it. Sorry.
Drum roll.
It's all good. Whoever wanted to chime in.
No, and he actually was taken by pirates when he was 14, which is crazy because I tend to think pirates are make-believe. I know they actually existed, but I think of them as make-believe. So kind of weird to know that as a 14-year-old, he was literally just taken by pirates.
Yeah.
On a ship.
It said pirates, Irish raiders, whatever.
Yeah.
That would be so crazy being a 14. I don't know if you guys read anything about it, but I want to know what happened. Where was he at when he got captured, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he was captured with other it was a group of people his age, I'm pretty sure, that got captured to be slaves. But
weird.
At 14,
just weird.
man.
So
That's young.
They were captured by Irish raiders or pirates, taken to Ireland as a slave, and he was there to herd and tend sheep.
Yeah.
So.
And he was there till he was 20.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be away from your family after being hijacked by pirates.
Yeah.
Literally.
And move somewhere else to tend sheep, which is also just a gross job. I imagine.
It's kind of crazy, seeing him be in isolation, and then seeing his movement throughout his faith in isolation. I feel it's a big testament to, our life and
Yeah.
like just being in isolation, and like good comes out of it, So I know,
Especially right now with this COVID and quarantines, like there's hope.
quarantine.
Yeah.
See what we did there.
So when he escaped, he was about 22, and he had a dream from God that told him to leave Ireland by going back to the coast. So he finally escaped Ireland, and he made his way back to his homeland. And what was that? Okay, so then, so he went home, and then he had a vision that prompted him to go into the priesthood, where he was later sent back to Ireland, ironically, to preach the gospel. And so his name is St. Patrick, but if you guys don't know, his birth name was actually, I don't know if this is how you say it, Maewyn Succat, and he changed his name to Patricius, which means Patrick, after he became a priest.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's cool that he had so many visions. Like I think I read somewhere where his vision was to escape was like, your boat is ready, or something that he wrote down in one of his journals. He's like, I get this vision that, my boat is ready. And then later, he gets another vision where it's like to be called to be a priest. And I feel like for me, if I got a vision, I'd be like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. So again, he's a saint for a reason, but like his testament and his faith in Christ to escape probably in a time where he was, probably feared for his life. One, to escape is a big thing.
Yeah.
And then two, to become a priest and like switch his whole life. So,
Right.
man, that'd been.
And it goes to show that God uses whoever, because he chose a slave who was tending sheep to do huge things over in Ireland, like huge things.
Yeah. So we touched on your word, pirates.
Yes.
My word is conversion, and so he, we say conversion because he was a missionary and became a bishop, and so when he was in Ireland, he worked to convert. Well, God worked through him, and then people were converted to Christianity through him. So that was my word. Do you want to talk about
my word
your word?
was Trinity, because in his ministry, one of his big things, he taught the Trinity to people, because it is a pretty difficult thing, and he used a 3-leaf clover to simulate the Trinity. And over time, the more people came to the faith, and the more people that St. Patrick converted, they actually started wearing pins of the 3-leaf clover to signify that the Trinity, and that they were Catholic. So
Yeah, I think that's really crazy to think about, the fact that there's so many different things that, like a big holiday like St. Patrick's Day, that people just celebrate every year and just go all out.
Think about it, yeah.
And no one thinks of the originality of it, and that it's like, it actually, like the 4-leaf clover, or 3-leaf clover, whatever. 3-leaf clover, like that was so prominent to the holiday. Like that was used to explain the Trinity.
And it's everywhere now.
People don't.
Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Granted, my kids go to a Catholic school, but my son's preschool teacher today had shamrocks all over her like leggings. And it's weird because like everybody wears shamrocks. Like when it's
but if you ask
Patty's
anyone,
Day.
they'd be like, "Oh, it's just part of St. Patty's Day.
It's just lucky."
Just lucky.
Like,
lucky.
Right. It's just lucky when really like
You're like,
that's not how it started.
it's sad to see it like get downplayed, because there is so much history behind it, and it's really, really cool. But to see how people are just like, oh yeah, it's just luck. That's just what goes along with it. To really dive deep into, all the saints' feast days. There's a lot more than like St. Valentine, St. Patrick. There's a whole bunch of them,
Yeah.
That there's a lot more meaning that I think needs to be shared, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Another thing is, this is like the end of his life, but so he died at Saul, where he built the first Irish church. And something that I thought was really interesting, because we call him St. Patrick, is that he actually was never canonized by a pope.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was never actually canonized. Everyone just kind of considered him as a saint. And so, because like during the time that he lived, I I think it was like the first millennium, there wasn't specifically like a formal canonization process. So
that
it was
makes
like
sense.
those people around that time like weren't officially
Canonized.
canonized.
Crazy, because he's like
But
a big saint now.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
didn't his the history evolve over time? Like he just like we didn't know too much about beforehand, and then over time through legends
Yeah.
and teachings,
Right.
his full testimony came
Yeah.
alive,
And
and
there's-
that's when
Yeah, if you look stuff up too, it kind of says like, well, we're not sure about this, or like specifically like where he grew up in Britain. Like
Yeah.
there were certain places, and there's different like theories on, just different parts of his life too. So
Different legends that we're told
Legends,
that
yeah.
we're learning now are actually more like symbols to the stories, not really like actual events that happened.
yeah,
I don't know, but I think it's crazy. He's known or was known as a really humble man. And I think coming out of like slavery and going home and then going back to the land that you were a slave
enslaved to,
at,
yeah.
like and being called to that, and then also just like not saying no, like that humility to go back to that land and literally convert anybody he could, including people that wanted to kill him, convert anybody that he could, like, is crazy. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm strong
Yeah.
enough to do that, or
especially
humble
going
enough
back
to say
like,
yes.
all of those memories, like that's a
Yeah.
lot of like.
I mean, you're
don't know.
14 and you're gone from your family. You're there for years. You haven't seen your family. You get back to your home and
It's
it's
like a
like,
major flashback when you go back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, nope, just kidding. Go back. I've got work for you. Like,
like talk
don't
about
know.
the act of like forgiveness and like the
Yeah.
act of just knowing your mission in life and then actively seeking that out and pursuing it. Oh, that's like
Yeah.
St. Patrick has an amazing testimony for anybody that one is going through something like that, or is yearning for a mission, in life. Because just like he took it, he had a vision and he ran with it, and now he's a
and
saint.
quite honestly, like,
He was young.
yeah, and his trust in the Lord led him to not fear things of the world. So like, I think it's really cool, these stories of him coming to Ireland, and there's people that he confronts and they do want to kill him, and like he doesn't back down. It's not like one of those moments where it's like, this is real, I'm gonna stop. Like, he's not afraid of death, and he's like, that's like, if that's what I'm called to do, then that's what happens. Which is crazy, because I feel like a good chunk of his life was kind of stolen from him as he like was just a slave, and yet he still, through all of that, trusts the Lord. He goes back and like he does it. Like, he just does the thing and he doesn't complain, and he's like, cool, let's go. I'm a priest. I'm saying yes to the Lord. What's next?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And seeing somebody so simple as a person that was in captivity, dealing like shepherding, like being a shepherd, with
Yeah.
sheep, caring for animals. Yeah, just like you said earlier. God uses anybody, and he just said yes.
Right.
And that's the simplest thing we can do, is just say yes to God's will, and like good things just come out of it.
yeah,
That's why the scenes are so cool.
I know.
it's crazy.
Crazy. Love.
So something, if you guys don't have anything else, I was going to end in this prayer that's associated with St. Patrick called the Breastplate of St. Patrick. And if you've read St. Paul's writings before, St. Paul talks about, I believe it's in Ephesians, putting on the armor of God. And so that's kind of what the word breastplate is referring to and saying. And they also say that word, I'm pretty sure, in the Bible as well. But so there's different versions of this prayer. There's some longer ones, but I'm just going to do the brief one of it, which is more of like his words. So
I love this too.
Christ with me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on my right, Christ on my left, Christ when I lie down, Christ when I sit down, Christ when I arise, Christ in the heart of every man who thinks of me, Christ in the mouth of everyone who speaks of me, Christ in every eye that sees me, Christ in every ear that hears me. That's so cool.
I love it.
That is so cool.
It just like wraps, it just teaches you and like helps you to pray through like how God should be every part of your life, and how he is a part of every part of your life, whether you realize that or not.
Such a comforting prayer. Like
Yeah,
it just like
it
wraps
is.
you up. And
Yeah.
Like God,
I feel
yeah,
like, so St. Patrick's Day, we all wear green, right? Because you don't want to get pinched. I remember that in school.
Fun fact, the actual color of St. Patty's Day used to be blue.
Yeah, I'm really curious why, but I did read that. But so we all wear green. And, you know, you get to have your parties at school. In high school, you normally still have like some sort of treat that your teachers bring you. Or you go get your green shake from McDonald's. That was like a big thing in our
Don't get me
family.
started on Shamrock.
But I would challenge you to pray his prayer, the Breastplate Prayer, along with the Litany of Humility, because quite honestly, paired together, that's like freaking fantastic.
Power prayer.
But also because he was just such a humble man and he was ready to serve the Lord no matter what. So this St. Patrick's Day, as you're getting ready to go do whatever you're doing, hopefully you're staying safe and not doing stupid things. But whatever you're getting ready to do, whatever you're going to go do, I challenge you to wake up that morning and start with his Christ breastplate prayer and the Litany of Humility and see if that changes or maybe centers you on that day and makes it more of a prayerful experience versus the secular parades, green water holiday.
Yeah, what she said.
Awesome.
There's more.
Well, tune in next time and have a great St. Patrick's Day.
Bye, guys.
This show and all media on Awaken Catholic is made possible by the AWAKEN Nation and the Hallow app. The AWAKEN Nation is a community of people like you who support all things Awaken for as cheap as a cup of coffee a week and get access to exclusive content. Learn more by visiting awakencatholic.org/donate. Hallow is the only audio-guided Catholic prayer app focused on contemplative prayer and traditional Catholic meditation such as Lectio Divina, Daily Examen, and the Rosary. We here at Awaken all use Hallow every day and love it. To learn more or give it a try, visit hallow.app/awaken.